Hi, I'm Sarah Brings. I'm principal at Gordon Willson School. As you can see, we have tables out in the hallway. This is because sometimes we don't have as much space to meet kiddos who maybe are in an intervention or need an alternate location at that time. So we have tables set out in the hallway to do different kinds of small group and instruction. This hallway here, if you notice, this is our library. Our library is pretty open, but we had to divide our library because what you see straight ahead is our OTPT space. We don't have a classroom for OTPT. They are out in the hallway. So obviously some concerns for privacy, but also for space as well. So this is where anybody who receives OTPT services gets their therapies. This is kind of our cool down space. We don't have a space for kiddos when they're feeling a little dysregulated, so we had to take our safe office and transform it into a cool down space, just like a place for kiddos who need a little extra time to get regulated, but now our safe does not necessarily have an office and has to share one with a different staff member. It's our speech and language room. So when kids need speech and language therapy, this is the room that they go to. But sometimes the groups are so big, there needs to be that table out in the hallway. So this is our speech and language. So this is kind of a shared office / intervention space. So as I said, kiddos who need a little extra boost in reading, this is their space they can come to. Also our interventionist and our coach office. It's kind of our technology holder, but also mini staff lounge, and we also have interventions here as well. So if some of our paras are working with small groups, they would bring them in here. Trying to teach in here, and then there's a lot of activity going on around and noise on both ends, so just a little bit tricky. So we have an after-school program as well, so they'll utilize this space. So we can, with the size of it, we're able to have about 2 classrooms, 2 grade levels in here at a time. But then this space and all those cupboards are used for Kids Stop as well, so that it's shared. And it usually works out okay, except for morning recess. If we ever have to be inside for morning recess, that can be a little tricky. We don't have a lot of parking. A lot of times if people have to park, they have to park down the road because our spots are typically filled up by staff, and staff don't have enough parking as it is, and a good handful of our staff have to park on the road or down the road as well. So, but the tricky part is the traffic coming down from the high school or parents who want to come in, and our buses are kind of taking up the space. So pick up and drop off can be a little tricky too. This is kind of her storage room / office. She has a tiny little space tucked way back in here. This used to be, I think, a locker room, so there used to be a shower there, but it's been converted for a little space. So we just don't have a lot of storage for this stuff.